What are these creatures? All I did, like, this bucket has potting mix in the bottom, like probably 3/4 of it, and then it's got cocoa coir and like this like moss stuff I got from the reptile department at the pet store. But look, what are these creatures? You can see tiny white specks. Those are like babies of them or something, or like maybe a different type of creature. But at first I thought they were like maggots or something. Not that there's any meat in here, but like, it's that water dog. So I took all that water in with the potting mix and peat or the mosses, and dumped them into a 55-gallon aquarium, and then put a bunch of water, like halfway filled it, but then it all leaked out slowly. So I thought I cracked the bottom of the tank because there was a can in there when I dumped it. These are definitely cracked tanks. See, kind of sucks, but it happens. Hi, my name is Digger, and I don't believe in the Irish potato famine. That's an insult to the heritage of my people. Anyway, these are potatoes. I mean, they're like the easiest thing to grow in the world. Like, they're growing in the bag, and all you have to do to them is nothing. These are store-bought, grocery store potatoes, and yeah, they might not all grow, but these particular ones do. So bag after bag will grow. You plant the whole potato, or you can cut it into pieces. But anyway, this is when I planted before, and the flowers are already making seed, little fruit and seed. And all I do to plant them, easiest thing ever, right? See, I got another one starting to come up over here. So all I do is stick it in. Boom. Got some onion regrowing from the bottom. All potato plants. Except I got like these mushrooms growing that they might be edible. I'll get this tomato plant volunteered up. Here's a potato plant still with those pretty flowers on there. Look at them pretty flowers. Do more mushrooms. I'd like to know if I can eat those, because they're like all over the place. This is how you stimulate tomato flowers to self-pollinate. You shake them. More potato flowers. They're just like grocery store mushrooms, but some of them are kind of open to the point where I wonder if they're mature enough to have produced spores. And I wonder if you can like plant mushrooms, you know, like as opposed to inoculating with spores. I mean, because nothing has like colonized this material yet. Of course, except these that I found. This is like a slightly younger one. I mean, they open quick, but I think they may be honey mushroom. So I wonder about kind of like transferring them out too, to see if they'll further colonize this stuff. Yeah, some more of them growing. And the animals are eating them. I mean, so I think they are honey mushrooms. If they're honey mushrooms, they're pretty darn good. So for planting them, I'm just gonna guess what I'll do is just leave what's growing well alone, but take like pieces of the tops, right, and either like just set them down, kind of like, or like lightly bury them, just like the other. And you would think at this point these would definitely have mature spores on them. So
I guess I'll be doing a combination of that, you know. Here you see the two groupings afterward. It reminds me of when people in the saltwater hobby frag, F-R-A-G, mushroom corals. Like leather corals. So I've actually been kind of watering my tomato plant and trying to take care of it late in the season, but only one I got. It's a pretty nice one. I just really started taking care of it, so. These are suckers. They grow out of the main branch kind of area. I'm gonna take them out. Too young. Take this one now.
I have a pre-wet, pre-filled 2-inch net pot here with the rim on it. Poke a hole, set the sucker in as deep as you want, because that's the way tomato plants are. They'll just grow more roots from the side.
Put them in here with my other two. The ones on the left that are slightly more yellow are the ones I just set up as clones. The ones on the right, which are slightly more green, I set up as clones a couple days ago. These here are Great Northern beans, like you get in a big bag dried at the grocery store. All I did, they were like years old. The container was so gross that they were in that I just dumped them out on the yard to see what happened. This is grass growing in clay and old beans just dumped on top of it and totally neglected. Growing right up out. Ooh. Look at my tomato plant. Just like that. It's interesting because see this here? This big, that almost looks like a sucker. Like I would say that may be a sucker, right? Like this is, I don't know. Kind of weird. Like a double two-headed vine. I don't know. But this one has like flowers on it. So I'm gonna let it be. Other potato plants still putting out flower. There's some older flowers there. These are the fruits containing the potato seed. I have to kill whatever did that.
This is a plant cluster potato that I dug up earlier and harvested like two pretty nice full-size potatoes out of. This is what I left to grow, and obviously that creature has been eating at the potatoes. So, I mean, obviously they're growing, like I said. And those small ones sure are good too. Look at that biting creature. Rebury them, they'll still grow. Check on one of the currently growing potato plants here. You start to see the smaller potato. And you can see it, the growing material is heaped up. Like as the potato grows, I heap it up as a mound. See, there's the original potato. The other potato is growing off of it. It's not a very old plant. I'm just gonna heap it right up. Like, you don't have to be delicate with the potato plants either. They're like the tomato plants. You can bury them up and they'll form more roots. They've just been repeat soaking the growing medium potting mix to eliminate the bugs that may be growing in it, because it turns out they were not aquatic and they drown. Here I'm just pointing out Swiss chard growing in the yard, direct seeded. An older one. Animals do eat it. Lettuce direct seeded. I'm gonna keep trying, you know. The birds eat it. Chipmunks eat it. The groundhogs annihilate it.
Here's my grow system set up, but not automated. I got my two watering devices I really like. I got these really tiny holes on this one. I love for starting seeds like that. And then I got this one here. It's a bigger hole. Not really all that good for starting seeds, but see, here's those tomato suckers. All right. Basil. I got like 12 different types of basil. And the basil is just all popping. This is, you can see about 5 Indian ceremonial tobacco. It's different than the strain of tobacco smoked in cigarettes. More basil. And this are, you can see like 3 maybe little poppies, Danish flag poppies. All right, up in here, more basil. And then my Turkish eggplant did not come up yet. More basil. And my jalapeno did not come up yet. And more basil. And my 4 o'clocks, 3 different colors, did not come up yet. All right, we got more basil up front. In the back, got parsley, not doing much yet. We got chive, not doing much, not necessarily expected because the seeds are slightly older. Rosemary, not doing much yet. That is often picky and takes a while anyway. Cilantro, not doing much yet. Sage, not doing much yet. We got the dill growing up and getting leggy, so I gotta move it. We got savory, not doing much. The marjoram coming up. Nice little seedlings there. And tarragon, Mexican tarragon, not much yet. The oregano just starting to pop. And the thyme, doing fine. All right, these are the grow towers. Each one can grow like about 44 plants in 1 square foot of area. But there's design flaw in them for sure. With the way there's opening there, see. But maybe bigger net pots will solve that. So it's growing on these. The first 4 are butter crunch lettuce. And down from that, we got Swiss chard. Swiss chard. There we go. There we go. Down from that, Purple Lady bok choy. Come on. There we go. And then we got chibi green soybean. There's another soybean. More bok choy. Swiss chard. Lettuce. All right, a few days later, my basil, I moved stuff around a little bit. The stuff that was really growing from the bottom, like I moved up. All right, so my basil, this Genovese basil, popping off. This is sweet basil. I got 4, if you see them, 1, 2, 3, 4 Danish flag poppies growing. Over here, purple opal basil, red Freddy basil. And over here, I'm telling you, the spirit of this plant likes me. But this is native Indian ceremonial tobacco. And I've got 9 of them growing, at least right now. Here's those tomato suckers. I got Persian basil, Thai basil, which I may not continue growing, and Greek basil. All right, my parsley just started popping off. Can hardly see it. All right, same thing with my cilantro. There you can kind of see 2 of them growing really close together though. Over here, we got mammoth basil and emerald towers basil. My eggplant is not doing anything right now. My dill got like really leggy when it grows up for the sun, but even when I moved the other 2 slower growing cups, like they still got leggy, so I think it's just gonna fill out from there. Spicy saber basil, cinnamon basil, marjoram, and my jalapeno is not doing anything. Lemon basil, lime basil. I got oregano and thyme, and none of my 4 o'clock color varieties are doing anything. Kind of disappointing. Alright, the grow towers still not automated. However, all the lettuce is growing good. I got the Swiss chard coming in. The bok choy. Look at this. Look at the soybean. It's like pow. They're just like pow, right? Pow. Bok choy. Swiss chard. Not focusing. Lettuce. Got more potatoes growing. All I did with them again was absolutely nothing. Just look at my tomato vine. Look how big my tomatoes are getting. And look at all of the tomatoes. That there are. And again, this is how you stimulate tomato flowers to self-pollinate. There's another tomato. Just give them a shake. Here's another sucker. I'm just gonna leave that one. Like I said, I think this is a sucker. It's got flowers. I'm just gonna leave it. Cool. And this volunteered up, you know. I'm not sure what type of variety, maybe some kind of beefsteak. But it just volunteered up. I didn't start this early. It just came up kind of late and just grew really great. All right, so I got those potatoes growing. You want to see something cool? Is like these are the little fruits containing the potato seeds. And if you look, they just kind of eventually droop down and make contact with the ground. My mushroom patch is still growing really good. I think these are honey mushrooms. Does anybody know? Bun is having the biggest molt ever. She's really pissed and trying to kill everybody. Look, she looks like a porcupine. Those are new feathers. Very cool. She's gonna be the most fancy bird. Oh, kill me. There's this guy. Y'all remember him? He's doing good. He's doing real good. Tank is getting cleared up. Probably because the temperature is dropping. And we got the nice overcast and the tank has been cycling. Look at him looking. Yo, I already fed you, bro. And here's my mosquito tank. You can see them flipping around in there. That's getting more clear too.
Take care.